All right, hi, we're Team 11. We're doing Rockin robots, and that's Jacob, Sajed, and Carmen, and I'm Young. And Jacob's gonna tell a little story behind our robots.
So Tink, Spike, Flash, and Pinky are robots from the worst of all junkyards. They have been replaced by bigger and better robots in the recent years, but now they are making a comeback. They are the Rockin' Robots. You control the robots' mouths with your fingers to make them sing to any song. It's up to you to have the robots rock like they have never rocked before.
And now we have the first trial of a video playing this toy according to the song.
So this is the first try we ever had with it. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit of how it works. So it's a 4-bar linkage, and each finger has a 4-bar, and it's actuated by the by the movement of your finger. It rotates about that hinge. All right, here's a demonstration in the computer software that we used. So each one's independent of each other, and then you can see the movement in the back. I hope that's big enough for you guys to see. And then we'll go to side view. All right. So it works pretty well in real life as well. So kind of the design process behind it. We started out brainstorming. We decided on a finger puppet to open a mouth, and to do robot heads is kind of easy to model. So here's the first sketch, and we needed to develop the linkages to be the proper length and things like that. So we did a prototype in Pro E. Here's the prototype. You can see it looks a little rougher than this one here. So we got all the link lengths down, and then we solidified the design. Then let's move forward. So we did this prototype to make sure the sizing was right and that it contours to your hand. So we printed out all the pieces in a 1-to-1 paper, and then we stapled them all together. You can see it's pretty right on, and that helped us in the design process. Then we just did some surface modeling, things like that, but that's not interesting. All right. So it's kind of like it's kind of hard to do it right because it requires a lot of dexterity. So we're going to show you the third trial that we did to this song, and you can see that at the end of the song we kind of got it right, where their mouths open. Yeah, you can show that. All right, so that's our toy. Glad you like it. Any questions?
What age group is that directed to? Do you have any thought?
Gotta buy her already.
Yeah, any age group, really, if you have the dexterity. Go ahead.
Well, you have different sizes, since some kids have larger hands, some have small. How are you going to make it fit your age group from?
Right. So basically, for children, you'd need a specific size, and for adults, you'd need a specific size. But there is some modifications that you could do. We've got a Velcro strap here. You can unstrap it, lift it lower to kind of match your hands a little better.
Yeah, like for my hand, I have the mechanism sitting a little bit higher in relative to the glove, whereas for Sajid, it has, the position's a little bit different. Just so.
Yeah.
What about opportunities for customizing it, like different heads, or even heads that have blinking lights in them, or anything like that? Did you think about anything like that?
Sure, you could do that, but.
I mean, we thought about it, but just for a basic prototype, we just kind of stuck with the simple idea, because getting the heads into the post, with our prototype, it's hard to get out right now, but in the future, you know, you can make them snap-on, detachable, different types of heads, light up eyes, things like that.
Were you the artist?
We all worked on it. I wouldn't taking any credit.
He designed this head, so yeah.
Yeah, we each designed the head.
Yeah, go ahead.
Two questions. First one, have you thought about the possibility of adding maybe sensors and linking it up to a video game like Guitar Hero type thing that just let you get on the screen? That might be
Yeah, you could do that. We just like to keep it simple. So we wanted to make something that works, something that we could show you guys. But the play value is whatever you want it to be.
And the other question was, have you thought about ergonomics and the possibility of things like carpal tunnel?
Yeah. We're not going to talk about that.
Are a solution for carpal tunnel. No, I think it's very clever. The question is, you've heard the word usability, right? So what do you think are the issues of usability and feedback in the design of this?
I mean, it's fairly simple to use. I mean, you just put the glove on and go to town with just moving it. But as Sajid said, you need some sort of dexterity and some getting used to. There's a bit of a learning curve, knowing where you have to have it to sit, how you have to move your finger to get it to move. But beyond that, I guess we didn't think too much.
Okay, another question is that you are moving it, but you cannot see it.
Right.
You see, so that's a feedback loop that that should be considered, right?
Correct.
Suppose, what if you are able to actually make it work on the front of your hand?
Like this and
Right, and some way of doing that, so actually you can see it as you're doing it. Maybe you are showing your friends, and you can actually see what's happening on the face, right?
kind of
The
like
expression.
this, but with the
That's
palm
one
face.
possibility. I mean, you can try these things. I don't
Yeah.
know if it'll work or not.
That was actually our first idea, but we decided to kind of show the other people.
Sure.
And there's
That's
clearance
fine.
issues there. But yeah, the feedback loop is important to
You
get
can
it to
try
do
that
right.
and see what works, because the performer should know
Right.
what's
Right.
the expression and is it working or not, and how is it, and things like that. That's one. The other is really in terms of the usability, as the comments have been made already. How easy and how customizable is it? Like a glove? Literally, it's a glove, right? So those are issues I think that could be explored further, right? But I think the basic idea is very strong. It's very engaging, obviously, and captivating, but is the usability aspect of it and customizability aspect of it. And the connection, the feedback loop for the performer. Our performers, multiple people involved, then that can be interesting as well.
Have you thought about another complete, if not a toy application at all, but when I look at that, I look at and say, wow, what a great tool for rehabilitation for neurological issues. You need feedback when you're learning, if you've had a stroke and you have to learn to use your fingers again. And the dexterity that could help create, to me, is just, it's fun and interesting, and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity. We didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
we were so focused on toy
Right,
design.
right. I know, that was your
But-
assignment, but I look at it and go, wow.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah, that's why I was saying it could be a solution to carpal tunnel or other issues. It can be part of a
Beyond
rehabilitation
toy.
solution as well.
Just marketability for the toy aspect of it. I think you could actually, like, I noticed you just have the plain rods, but if you had just like interchangeable outfits,
Yeah.
it would be so much fun.
right.
Just add another dimension to it, or
Yep.
a little wigs or something. Like Mr. Potato Head
Yeah.
add-ons. It would be great. I want one.
Sweet.
I don't, have you, in this course, have you had much thought about if you've got something that looks interesting like this, how you would take it forward, maybe make a business out of it?
We don't. Maybe that can be part two.
Yeah, part two.
Yep.
Because we've had, an Emmy 463 in the design contest. There's, I think, 3 or 4 of those now that have gone on to be applied and making a business out of it.
It's always something to look forward to. And we never, I mean, in terms of this class, it's, we thought of as an assignment to get something that worked, that was fun, and present it at the end of the day to everyone here and hear everyone's feedback.
Well,
And see.
fun and making money.
True.
Have more fun.
That's exactly right.
All right, thanks.